Hafa day and welcome to another episode of CNMI Weekly, where we recap the biggest stories from the past week and share what you need to know heading into the weekend. I'm Thomas Manglona, your host, reporting on Saipan. In our first story, we sit down with the CNMI Attorney General, who provided the latest updates on public corruption cases and issues with staffing shortages. In a rare interview, the CNMI's first elected Attorney General, Edward Manabusan, spoke about ongoing public corruption cases being prosecuted by the office's Public Integrity Task Force. One of the most watched cases is against former Governor Ralph Torres, which Manabusan filed charges for in April 2022. The trial has not started as various legal matters are debated. KUAM asked the AG for comment on the criticism of the pace of the case compared to others they're handling.
I cannot comment any further, but I just we all hope and the community desire to see cases, disposed of quickly so that people can move on with their lives, right? And I hope that in this particular case, it moves on through the process more quickly. That is all I can say about this case.
The task force is managed by Special Prosecutor James Kingman. Manabusan said there are 4 public corruption cases and several ongoing investigations.
There are ways that people report to office, and when we receive information, we review the information. If it requires further investigation, we will proceed with further investigation. There are cases, there are information where we generally just say there's no basis for going forward, so we closed.
Meanwhile, the AG's office is also struggling to recruit attorneys.
So we really do have a shortage of attorneys in our office. It's because I think a lot of it is our salary that we offer. It's very not competitive, and this is a tough place to live.
Manabusan said they have 11 attorneys in the civil division but need at least 18. The criminal division has 4 attorneys but needs at least 8. And the office has 3 investigators but would like to have at least 5. KUAM also asked Manabusan if he'll run for re-election in 2 years. He said he has not decided at this time. However, he had this message in response to questions about the office's independence.
This is an independent office. It should be fair, it should be impartial, and that's how I see it. And it's got to be free from any political interference, period.
And before we head into the break, let's take a look at a recent event against sexual violence, raising awareness during this Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
So today is our annual 2024 Sexual Assault Awareness Month, Wave, Walk, and Roll Against Sexual Violence. It's really important because it's a great opportunity for the community, students, community members to kind of just come together to showcase support for victims and survivors within the villages. So oftentimes we start off with a wave, and then we also have a poster making area. We have a wall art of healing messages. And we have free face painting, so just different activities. And then with that, we partner it with a wave. So just to encourage people to bring awareness to the issue. And then after that, we go into the village and we do our walk. We do have some ROTC cadets from the high schools, as well as the CPA 17th Cycle Ports Police. So we have an academy that's here that will be leading our chant, and we go into the village and we just showcase awareness to all of those who are living here.
We'll have more CNMI Weekly right after this. Welcome back to another episode of CNMI Weekly. In our next story, we visit the recent Flame Tree Arts Festival held over the weekend on Saipan, where we got to meet local CNMI and Guam artists. Matthew Masga is a longtime carver from Tinian. He's one of many artists who displayed and sold their work over the weekend at the Flame Tree Arts Festival on Saipan.
So I've been displaying the Chamorro necklace, which are called spondylus, and the ancient Chamorro have learned how to. I selected one of the best shells, to make it as a jewelry. So I try to create something from the ancient time to date so that we can continue expressing our culture.
That sentiment is perhaps at the heart of the festival, which the Marianas Visitors Authority says is Micronesia's longest-running arts and culture festival. Mililani Vineyard also spent the weekend sharing her craft. She sells jewelry made of shells, rocks, stones, and sea glass.
It really feels nice to be able to have the opportunity to show our art here at the Flame Tree Festival. So many different vendors come here, all different arts and stuff, and so it's just nice to have the opportunity to do that here and to be around all the other artists and share our products, everything that we make.
Fellow artist Vicente Borja, who recently moved from Guam to Saipan, is sharing his work while building awareness about the regional movement to revive the use of sling stones.
I decided that I just want to focus on really portraying and showing our traditional culture with sling. So here I am, and I hope that I will continue to do this, and that my goal is to reach out to other kids and really show them that this is part of our traditional culture, and that hopefully make it into a sports and make it a competitive sports into the school system.
And now to a recap of a regional meeting involving mayors, vice mayors, and elected municipal council members in the region. Here's more.
Well, they are concerning. We sent out a letter about 3 weeks ago in regards to the airline fare for United. There was a response from Mr. Shinuhara. That will be some of the items that we wanted to discuss. The other one is the visa waiver program for Guam and the CNMI for the Republic of the Philippines. That's another item that we discussed in our previous meetings in Guam. And we have Mr. former Governor Gutierrez from GVA to shed light on that, where they are now, and what can the organization come up with to support the visa waiver program for Guam and CNMI.
And why is it important, why are those important issues for people of your constituents of Tinian?
One of the things is we're trying to build tourism capacity para CNMI and Guam. And I know in Guam there is a bigger population in terms of the Filipino community. Also in the CNMI we do have a thriving and very helpful in our community, so the Filipino community, and we want them to have access to family and hopefully build that into tourism, so then they can go freely back and forth from the Philippines to the CNMI.
So we want to continue the collaboration and the discussions of what really started from our AMIM meeting last November. And so it's really to partake regarding inter-island transportation, regarding sister city partnerships, as well as seeing how we can streamline the transportation via boat between Guam and Rota. This is a conversation that we've started, and we'd like to see how we can further push this topic through. Well, we sent out a letter to the ports manager, Mr. Roy Respicio, to see how we can expound on that and streamline on some of the issues that we brought up in regards to recreational and commercial boaters. And we also want to try to find some sort of solution or compromise to assist. One of the things that we talked about with a lot of our visitors on Guam is the high cost of transportation, airline transportation, and so they are interested also into looking how they can charter boats between Guam to Rota and travel that way and incorporate fishing and touring around the island via the water. And so that's something that we're trying to look into. And
first thing, as a mayor for this municipality, we have pressing issues here. And working together with Guam mayors, and my top priority to seek help from these Guam mayors is how can we help each other, because we have a situation on Tinian, Saipan, Rota on this medical referral, and we're on financial constraint, and with this collaboration, teamwork, and this association, I think it's possible There's two mayors already that I approached, and he's willing to help us. Because I came across with an issue in Guam, the patients, that times only they check into the apartment, but to go to the store to get their food is in question. So I'm seeking the assistance of the mayors. How can they help us, assist us on these medical matters? So those are the things, and the other thing is, what can we come up with this on local matters issues? As the mayor, mayors is the front line on every municipality. So how can we all connect each other and entertain this concern? Just like one is promoting farming. How can we export our crops? Yes, I understand that root crops are allowable, but how about cucumber, eggplants, and other crops? How can we have access to Guam?
As always, with our association, this is for all our sister islands here in the Marianas. And we do promote One Marianas. We're all sister islands, and so we are all concerned about the same things, and we're hoping to accomplish what we can together as one.
And it sounds like travel and the inter-island travel and the Philippine visa waiver are probably one of the largest topics on the agenda today?
That's one of them, but yes, and of course it's because many of our sisters and brothers, they have families, we're all right next door to each other. We all want to help each other out, and so travel is very important. Transportation, so anything we can do to help get goods to one another is greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of CNMI Weekly. We'll see you right here, same time, same place next week.